Hey folks, this is Matt Rainwater here, and wishing y'all all a happy quarantine. Hope it's still going well for y'all. Staying healthy, staying safe out there. And today I'm starting a new chapter of Trailer Park Warlock, and whenever I start a new chapter, I have to outline new pages. So what I'll do is I'll take all of my pages and just outline them all at once. And by outlining, I mean I'm just setting up the panels and getting those workspaces ready. So let's get into it and I'll talk a little bit more about it. All right. So what I have right now, I have set up in Clip Studio. These are all the guidelines basically, which just makes it really easy for me to line up uh, my little panel making box. And over to the side here, I have my sketchbook that has all of the thumbnails that I make, and I write down dialogue and just give myself a general idea of what the page is going to look like. So for this first panel, this top tier right here is already being taken up by a previous illustrations from a previous Webtoon episode. So within the print, this is already being used. So what I outline when I'm starting off is within the print, and then I transcribe it to Webtoon, which sounds pretty complicated, I can imagine, for you right now. But it's a fairly, once you get the process down, it's pretty straightforward. Um, it is a design challenge for sure though, because sometimes there are things that are a little bit easier to write. Like if I were writing just Webtoon, which I don't know, I've thought about that in the past, and like if I ever make another series after Trailer Park Warlock and I didn't want to make it in print, but I don't know why I wouldn't. I don't know why I wouldn't want to make it in print. There's just something, I'm sure there's people who want to read like Trailer Park Warlock as a book, right? Um, I always kind of imagined it being printed. I mean, the first episode ever used to sell as a print, as like a printed 16-page comic that would sell at conventions. I think I have a couple more left. Um, a couple of you $10 Patreon contributors I might send to y'all as just like an extra little freebie. Um, anyway, okay, so that was easy, right? That page was easy. That's done. So I'm gonna save it, and then did it save? Yes. All right. And now I'm gonna set up another page, which just means I'm gonna make a new file with the same file I was using, and rinse and repeat. So I'm looking at this is probably not too easy to read because I ended up changing course in the middle of outlining that page. I am basically going to use the exact same format for this tier, and for this tier I just need to I say tier. When I say tier, what I mean is I have the page kind of divided into three tiers. There's top, middle, bottom, and because this is a comic that needs to work between being in print and Webtoon, I've divided the page up like this just to make it easier for me to write it and to make sure that it aligns with the Webtoon format. Because in Webtoon, you're not going to be able to do like a panel, like a big wide shot like this. It just doesn't work because it's not, Webtoon is formatted for primarily phones and tablets and stuff like that, and that favors a vertical format. So I have to think in that way, which has been challenging initially, but now I'm kind of getting into the flow of it. All right, so I'm just organizing these panels better. All right, that's good. Save. We're gonna move on to another page. So here's what this page looks like. Just give you a brief idea. So this top tier is gonna stay pretty much the exact same. And I'm gonna delete this bottom row, or the bottom 2 rows. I'm going to get out my rectangular border making tool. I'm going to do it like this, I think. Oh, yeah, I need to make sure I do that. Let's say it's page 8. This is a new page. Oh, got a problem though. Let's try that. Good. And then, all right, I'm gonna just go ahead and move these down here. Excuse me. Kind of irpy today. I think because I ate some potato chips before lunch. It's the only thing I can figure, because my lunches have been pretty simple lately. Just like literally all I generally eat is grits and eggs, and like maybe I'll munch on a little like beef jerky or something as some extra calories. But other than that, but today it's some potato chips before I had my grits and eggs, so my stomach's a little. Feels a little weird. Okay, that's another page down. Save. And move on to the next page. All right. Page 9. Okay, here's the next page, if you can see that at all. Once again, fairly straightforward layout. So how I'm going to do this, I'm just going to delete these 2. And, nope, not that. Like so. All right. And I'm going to just organize them to make sure that they are in a place that makes sense for when I'm wanting to refer to these panels when I'm drawing. That was fast. Save. Okay, page 5. Okay. To really save some time for myself, I'm going to pull up a page that is totally spoilers. Look if you want. I'll tell you when it's safe not to look if you don't want spoilers. All right. So I'm just literally going to delete the content in these panels and save this as page 10. Really save myself some time. Okay, save as page 10. And one last page. This one, I'm going to go back to this one, save as page 11. I'm just like rushing through this. um, here's the outline for it. So there's this big long panel in the top two tiers. This batch of panels in the bottom is this. So the bottom I'm not going to delete at all, and I have to do all the work on the middle two tiers. And what I'll do is I'm going to make this panel extend like so. I'm going to make a little gutter right here. Okay, that looks good. And cut here. Interesting. I think I want to do it like that. I want to make sure these panels. All right. I have to. I hate having to measure them out. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's not really 5. So let's do from here. I'm going to estimate do 2. I'm going to do about right. No. Right there. It just doesn't. That looks good. All right. I'm going to measure it with my pen. Is that pretty good, actually? Okay. So slight, I don't even think it would be noticeable. All right, so I'm going to organize those panels. This should be page. What page? Did I screw it up? Dang it. I think I did. I think I did. I have to go back and annoyed with myself. It's gonna be okay. So anyway, I'm pretty much done, but I would like to talk with y'all just a little bit, catch y'all up. Since last week, I picked up a commission, and it's a commission for the movie and comic book series Kick-Ass. This person is doing like, or has done, like fanfic for Kick-Ass, and never really watched the movies, never read the comic books. Ended up watching the movies just to do like get reference for it. They're all right movies. I like the second one more than the first one. It's a very they're definitely movies of their time, even though they're not that long ago, which is really weird to think about. I'm also like, I'm very burnt out on superheroes, but it was kind of refreshing because it's like, it is like that street superhero kind of thing. By that I mean, nobody's got superpowers, or like, they're literally just like regular people. And that in itself is kind of refreshing and interesting. Like, it's not a bad concept at all. I just found that the movies had a hard time balancing between being comedic and then being serious. And that was, I don't know, that was tricky for me. Didn't always work. I liked the second one a lot better, and largely because, okay, something both movies did is that they would have like kind of a big name actor play an important mentor character. So like in the first movie, Nicolas Cage plays this superhero dude, I guess, called Big Daddy. and his character's great. It's very like in both movies, those are the only things I really liked about the movies were those characters. Because in the second movie, Jim Carrey plays another mentor figure who is, I think his name is Colonel Stars and Stripes or something. And it's just like very, it's weird to me that they put so much effort into those characters, but they didn't put that much effort into like the main character, Dave, who is kick ass. Um, that's the weird, I think that was the weird thing for me for those movies is like the main character is just so milk toast in a lot of ways that it just has a hard time carrying the story. Like Hit Girl's an awesome character, I find. A really interesting character, but like, you know, they just, I don't know, left me, I felt left a little bit empty. Like it was like eating, it's like eating junk food, like fiddle faddle, where it's just like Cracker Jacks, whatever you want to call it, where it's like, yeah, it was fine, but I wouldn't eat it again unless I was just like found myself bored again and needing something to snack on. Yeah, anyway, so that's going on. I'm actually supposed to be starting on that commission tonight, and I think it's going to be a little bit challenging because I'm going to be drawing in a slightly different style. Um, like trying to be a little bit more comic book style. And I'll pull it off. I'll do it. It'll get done. It'll get done. I mean, I'll do great. But I do feel a little bit there's a part of me that feels a little bit unconfident. I'll show y'all when I'm done though, and y'all can let me know. Anyway, I am gonna move on and get some other stuff done, and I will talk to y'all later. Hope y'all are doing great, and thank y'all as always for contributing to my Patreon. And I will talk to y'all later. Okay, bye.